Okay, some children made a music video about public school and how great it is. We all know public school isn't great, it's abysmal, but these kids are making a propaganda music video on how good it is. And I'm gonna debunk it. I'm gonna debunk children. I usually debunk adults getting the truth wrong, but now I'm debunking kids, so it may be a little awkward. Yeah. Okay, they got a bit of a sick beat going on here, but I'm gonna just get back. I'm just gonna get down to business and skip to where they start singing about the indoctrination, that kind of thing. Go to school, learning. And here we have the first problem with the video. The problem that school actually teaches you when it doesn't, when it's there to merely indoctrinate. It doesn't teach you so much as indoctrinates. So, them passing off school as a useful place to get an education is incredibly dishonest. Take the test that I will pass. Okay, the whole standardized test slash test standardized testing construct. Yeah, that old thing. Tests don't really teach that well, and they necessarily stress kids over facts they're just supposed to mindlessly regurgitate. This really isn't helping them. Go to our get to color, please be kind. Okay, public schools are shit at handling bullying, and a no bullying sign is about as effective as a no guns sign. They're not effective at all. Criminals aren't gonna just not shoot people up because it says no guns, and the bullies aren't just gonna not bully because there's no bullying sign. They're not. I got bullied badly. The school didn't handle them. It sucked. The schools don't do their fucking job when it comes to bullying. One another, walk to school every day. Yeah, they definitely want you to come, and the song will get more into that. Hey, go to gym, get to play, go to recess. The way I see it, a student's health is at their own discretion. I mean, the mandatory gym class, I don't like, but the recess is cool. Run, go to school, it's tons of fun. Okay, a lot of people, including me, would disagree with that sentiment. School is not fun. It's not fun to be forced to an 8+ hour day concrete box prison where we're forced to learn whatever the teachers make us learn rather than what we want to learn. All these useless worksheets, quizzes, tests, projects. We don't like those. So school is most certainly not fun. And although this is an elementary school we're talking about, you gotta do similar things too. So yeah, school isn't fun. Okay, this is where they start doubling down on the indoctrination. So yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. Okay, this is what I find to be an acceptable consequence for skipping school, because it's circumstantial rather than legal. It's, if you skip school, you get a bad grade, fail the class, have to repeat the class, have to repeat the project, assignment, whatever, that's acceptable. But skipping school and having to be forced back into school, or go to jail, or have to pay a fine, get a truancy charge, that's not cool. Something's gone wrong when you have a society that starts doing that. Honestly, school doesn't prepare you for the working world well. I mean, what is doing mindless worksheets, quizzes, tests, and projects gonna teach you? What's being forced to read books you don't want to read? What's that gonna teach you? What is just learning all these topics about, certain things in chemistry and math and history and English, what is that going to teach you? Does that teach you how to build anything or sort anything or make anything or do a service? I mean, it doesn't. So how can you say school helps you get a job while public school if it's made mostly of just indoctrination? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The kids embracing truancy laws and acting like it's great that you get in trouble for not doing what some strangers in suits tell you to do. aka Congress members, legislatures, the school board. You get in trouble for not doing what they tell you to do, which they have no business telling you to do in the first place. This isn't something you should get in trouble for. I mean, yeah, you will sob if you get in trouble for skipping school. Truancy course, jail time, being forced to go to school, fines. It's not right. People shouldn't be forced to go to school just because someone wants them to, because someone decides what's right for someone and then makes them do it. That's tyrannical. A child's education is between them and their parents / legal guardians. Not the state, not society. It's a personal affair. And if a kid is so adamant about not going to school, shouldn't that tell you something? Or at least if they don't want to go to this school in particular, that maybe something's wrong with the school, like they're being bullied or they don't like what they're learning or whatever. Shouldn't that tell you something, that maybe they're right to not want to go? The thing is, public school holds you back. Private school students and homeschool students are shown to do better than public school students in pretty much all areas. If you want to be the best, you're better off without public school. You're better off being homeschooled, private school, something other than public school. Public school will only try to indoctrinate you and not really help you out with your learning needs. So, saying public school makes you to be your best and bright is quite contrary to the reality.
If you skip, you won't be cool. If you skip, you'll be a fool.
And here we have yet more indoctrination and propaganda that if you skip school, you're not going to learn anything. That's not true. There are other places to learn stuff. You can learn stuff at home. You can learn stuff from the internet. You can learn stuff from the library. You can learn stuff from doing a freelance job such as art or making a lemonade stand. You don't necessarily need school to learn or to even get a job. Sure, you need a school for certain types of education, for certain types of jobs, but it's not the absolute essential thing you need to learn to get anything out of knowledge and the practical applications of it.
Go to school so you can learn. If you skip, you should return.
As I keep saying, you don't really learn in school, and if you do skip, you shouldn't return. But we all know how the state is about that kind of thing, so they don't really give you much of a choice. But I say if you do skip school, you should find some other way to learn. Homeschooling, charter school, private school. Well, in that case, you'd be fulfilling the educational requirement, compulsory education law, because it got some other form of alternative education. But you know what I mean. But even if you don't get those, you should at least be learning some other way. Like, freelancing, as I said. But you shouldn't have to return to public school. It's crap. The legal consequences for truancy are far harsher then get your clip moved down on a color-coded behavioral system. This is not fooling me one bit.
Go to be the best in town.
I already explained how people with alternative forms of education perform better in all areas than people with public education. That's a fact. Those are statistics.
If you choose to not go, you will learn very slow.
Actually, public school is shown to make kids learn slower than they could be learning. So, once again, propaganda to the contrary of the truth. The song's gonna be on repeat, with the lyrics and, what it's trying to say, so I'm gonna skip past those parts and a lot of those parts and only go to the parts where it actually says something new.
If the school is against the rule, it'll make your grades go.
Uh-huh.
If in school is back with brain, it will make you feel insane.
Actually, contrary to that agenda, being in public school tends to drive you insane. Being in alternative forms of education tends to give you less stress.
Rapping with Mr. Kaiser, feeling sharp as a laser. Mr. Mankey teaches Jim, get to school and play with him.
So, yeah, those are their teachers. Anyways, that's that, and it's sad that these children would be indoctrinated, but that's the nature of the public school system. So, anyways, if you liked what you watched, fave, like, subscribe, watch my other stuff, you know what to do.